Word, word. Yeah. What's poppin'? It's Tony Blanco, the GODMC. We back on Reap What You Saw, and I got my man Semore Buckz in the building. He just got done tearing the motherfucking mic up. The verse is crazy, man. I was just telling Tone, I like your delivery style, which is like a lot of people use a lot of filler, and you kind of punch every bar. So if niggas not really catching that, they not gonna, see how heavy the verse is, because they waiting for a punch, and it's like, nah, he kept swinging, bro. He ain't never really stopped swinging. Once it went up, it stayed up. So
nah, that's love. See, a lot of people don't get it, but you one of the ones that get it. You feel me?
Yeah,
Me, I just like my motor get from 0 to 60 real fast. You feel me? So I just try to keep it like that throughout the whole verse.
Say less. So what's your hometown? Where you from? I know right now you reside in somewhere around the city, but where you from?
Why right now? But I'm from Cambridge, Maryland. Small town, like an hour from Baltimore, for real.
In comparison, is there any form of unification or communication between the artists from Baltimore? Or is it everywhere like its own world, sort of like how it is here?
Yeah, like it's kind of like its own world, but if you everybody who's somebody know each other. So even though we from the Eastern Shore and they like from the Western Shore, it's like a bridge that's separated. But everybody who got a little sting, somebody and know somebody, and you feel me?
We in the same state, so you gotta know. It's only so big.
Yeah, cause like you know what I'm saying, like they'll send a ladder down for real if they got a bigger name or whatever. So it's kind of like a little bit of Maryland unity, a little bit. Just depends on who you is for real.
I think it's like that everywhere, and I think one of the biggest things I always tell people is we don't want to try to push this notion of fake unity.
Yeah,
it's nowhere fake. It's no fake unity. If you go anywhere, New York, Atlanta, anywhere, it's the people who doing what they doing at a high level that actually fuck with each other are clicking up. And the reason why we think it's so much more unity is because you see more people winning. So we associate, the 4, 5, 6, 7 people winning as they got mad unity, but it's like it's not really a bunch of unity. It's certain cliques is doing very well, and everybody else still trying to get their shit off. But nobody says it like that, So the narrative is always we need to unify, and how we gonna unify if we don't even fuck with each other?
That's a fact, though. People just want to get together for a bag, fake love for a bag, and what you gonna do? And because business don't go good all the time, so how you gonna fix it when the business don't go smooth? We already hate each other.
Yeah, nah, definitely, I agree on that. So you told me you had a crazy story, man. Tell me a little bit about yourself, man. Your journey. How did we get here? Like,
honestly, rap brought me here. Like where I come from, we got like a hip hop. All right, boom. I'm from Maryland, Cambridge, but it's not as like country as you may think from the outside, because we had people from New York and all type of cities come down there in the late 90s, 80s and add that extra little splash. So my town kind of like a lost barrel a little bit, for real. That's kind of like why I dress like how I dress. Like most people wear New Balances where I'm from and all that. You feel me? Like I still do the mics and whatever, but yeah, like Jay-Z and them used to be in my hood, and they used to have the Chitlin Circus and Harriet Tubman, and so it got like mad history. So like me, I just came up just rhyming for real, and my name just always been amongst the elites of, from the locals from age like 9 or 10. So I started off real young. So I'm kind of like, I'm like if LeBron James picked up a scale instead of a basketball, you feel me? Like I'm one of them, but I got like a Jeremy Lin story. Like you feel me? I might not went through the draft, but y'all just gonna look up one day and I'm dropping 30, you feel me?
Yeah, definitely.
Because I come from the land of where most people don't make it, so like to even come as far as I made it is like crazy.
One thing I always said was I felt like artists who come from the South naturally have some form of swagger in the way they talk, man. It just sound kind of cool. But what I've always noticed was the Southern artists who perform very well, like the J. Cole's, Lil Wayne's, people like that, they always have a Northeast influence also. So I feel like you embody that very well with having just that cool Southern swagger, but also having that Northeast.
It's like a hybrid for
Yeah,
real.
it's a hybrid.
It's like a cheat code
now
for
that
real.
it's absolutely a cheat code because it's the best of both. Best of both.
I tell me and my manager talk about that all the time. It's kind of like watching White Man Can't Jump. I tell you, I'm from Maryland. You expecting me to sound like Stanky Leg or some down south something, Lil Boosie, my high do's and twos on my, and then when the beat drop, I sound like I was in the stew with Primo or something in '96. You feel me? So it's like
definitely.
Yeah. So it took a minute for people to understand it for real, cause it's like, man, where is you from? You look like this, but you sit. You feel me?
So if we got to talk about musical influences, like who would you say? I always try to limit it, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like any good artist is influenced by anybody you come in contact with. You're going to always take what's dope about something somebody else got and make it your own. But if you had to say maybe 3 to 5 artists that you kind of study, you know, like
I'm going to keep it all the way a bean with you. I know my exact ingredients, how I got to how I got, you feel me? As a kid, I asked my dad, we from the East Coast or West Coast? East Coast. Who your favorite rapper? Biggie. Boom. Got the bass to it. Then it come along times where you got people like Debrat coming through, how she spitting with the crazy flow. So boom, I took that from her. Then you got people like Big L. You got Jada Kisses. You feel me? So I'm like hip hop gumbo. Like, so that's how I kind of like realized I got a Southern accent, but my breath control and the way I think is up northish enough where I'm like, man.
You know who said that though? Weezy said that. Wayne said that shit. And he said, I used to be with the Hot Boys rapping a certain way, but then when I used to go to school, I wanted to do that East Coast style shit. And then that's kind of how we get the Wayne that we have.
That's a fact,
and then to see him kind of pioneer a whole new generation of rappers that came in doing something else completely after that. It's just like, you feel me? I think that shit is dope, for real.
Yeah, I gotta give all that credit to my pops, though.
Definitely saying, because you saying somebody like the Brat, like in the beginning, I would say if I had to swap someone out of that 5, I would say Lauryn Hill for me. Like, because a lot of people give Drake credit to be like one of the first singing hybrids, right? But I feel like, nah, nigga, I was on Lauryn Hill way before that. I was on Wyclef way before that. I was on Bone Thugs and Harmony way before that. You know what I'm saying? So even before auto-tune was a thing, I feel like I was in the studio trying to get my my vocals in. And then if you from the Northeast like me or been around, Max B came through.
Hell yeah.
And made it comfortable for street niggas to just be like, yo, I'm going to try to sing and I don't give a fuck. If it sound good, sound bad, I'm going to just do what I feel.
Max B broke the structure, man. He showed you that you don't really need it's no structure. It's however you feel, however you want to do it. If it's that, they going to gravitate to
Yeah,
it.
definitely. Free Bigger Vels, man.
Yeah, for real, the wave. All right, so boom, he was asking me how my dad put the headphones on me as a baby. Let me break this down. So you know like how when babies used to cry 3-4 months, he putting headphones on me, banging that shit. So my whole life, all I knew is music. So like when people collected toys and shit, I'm collecting magazines, sneakers. I'm thinking I'm a rapper before I had one bar. So that's why like the same person I am on the mic, I am off the court. It ain't really this just a regular Saturday.
See, and not to interject, I think that's another thing that's super authentic because I tell people too, like my music is a direct reflection of who I am as a person. So when I was a young nigga, I was rapping like a young nigga. I was outside moving like a young nigga. I was doing certain things. Now that I'm a little bit older, my brain is in a different space. So my music is directly reflective. Yeah, it's maturing with me. So
got to though, as a artist who try and have longevity in it, like you can't be carrying it like you 19 when you 25.
Well, when people get caught in their personas too, man, I think that's how people end up exposed.
Yeah, but that be the ones who wasn't cool before rap.
I mean, shit, some niggas be cool too, and they get popular.
Yeah, that too.
Some niggas get popular real young, and they cool young, and then.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know how the grass feel on the other side of the fence.
Because you
always just been.
That's how
up or down. I'm the same way.
That's how I feel sometimes.
Just,
I feel like I watch some niggas be. You thought they were super cool, then you get a little bit older and realize this nigga's really a clown.
Or overrated.
Or cornball. You know what I mean?
When you're younger, you see stuff from a younger light. So you like, then when you get of age, you like,
This nigga a
I made a
clown.
song about
Yeah.
it, bro. I made a song that said, man, my OGs was overrated. Cause it's like, man, y'all been knew I had this talent. But y'all rather keep me in the trap or keep me here or keep me there because it's benefiting y'all and not me.
All right, but let's talk about that, right? At one point in time, I was doing I had a 3-song series I was doing, and I had basically every song was interconnected, the video was interconnected, and it was
Fire.
about me trapping, but wanting to get out and pursue just making music. And the plug was like, you sure you want to give up all this money to go do that?
Crazy.
Niggas is not going to necessarily support that because they never seen it happen. They
That's a
seen
fact.
niggas get out and do that. They seen niggas trap. They seen the money come with it. Even if it ended bad for niggas, they seen it happen. So a lot of times I feel like it's hard for people to support something that they've never seen happen. Imagine someone saying, hey, yo, Apple is going to be what it is, or Amazon being what it is. People was like, nigga, an online bookstore.
Yeah.
And that was the biggest distributor without any actual stores. You feel me? So a lot of times I think it's super tough for people to really see your vision. And, you know, my quote is, it's not always your job to make them see the vision.
Nah.
Sometimes you got to paint the art and then charge niggas to come to the gallery.
That's a fact, dog.
You know what I'm saying? If you ain't see the vision.
That's real. You don't get no realer than that.
Excuse the awkward silence. That's on me.
Nah, that's ill though. What you just said was ill though, because it made me think like.
Yeah, nah, it's
feel
because
me?
they're not
'Cause-
always gonna get it, bro. A lot of
Nah.
niggas. I don't like to be one of those interviewers that come up here with cue cards and questions. I like to have a casual
genuine,
conversation
yeah.
because it's a genuine conversation. So I really want to get to know you, and you could get to know me too,
Word.
like through this interaction. Like, you feel me, and feel the vibe that you get from
Nah,
a
you
person.
ill with it. As soon as I walked in here, I could just tell by the energy. Like, you asked me a couple questions that normal people just wouldn't, like normal interviewers or whatever. That's how I knew you had to be a creative person, do music or something yourself, just by how you articulate your question.
Definitely. So where you? Because I normally would get up here and be like, ask you a crazy question. Like, you ever had any bad run-ins with like paying for features or paying promoters for performances or stuff like
Hey
that?
yo, alright, boom.
You gotta have one.
This is no lie. I kind of got blessed and ran into a manager kind of like a year or two after I took rap serious. So before then, yeah, I was paying for showcases, whatever. But then after a while, I kind of like had that extra knowledge. But I did get robbed for, I didn't really get robbed. But to me, I'm from the streets. It's considered do rob me for real. I paid for some beats, dropped a freestyle to that Future Mask Off probably like a week before it dropped. The nigga never sent my session, never sent me nothing, never, nada, nothing, the whole shebang. I'm sitting back like me, the first thing coming in my mind is risk it all. I'm like, nah.
So you telling me that you had the Mask Off beat before
Look,
Future shit dropped?
Future song had literally probably dropped on Friday. I got somebody to loop that joint to the point where it's not even all the way in.
Okay.
So this is what I would do. I would drop a freestyle. I would find out what's the hottest song in the next state, next city. Drop my freestyle around the same time that joint dropped. So then it confused the fans.
Mm-hmm.
So then every time they hear that shit, they think of my shit. But yo never sent my session, and he never sent the made up original beats that I brought from him either. It was just like,
all right. So
he tried to treat me like I'm from out of town. Like, you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
So I done took a loss on the session and on some beats. I thought you were saying you had to beat first, because I know that's a common thing that I've been running into, especially like I bought a couple, or you know, you lease them at first, because I always lease before I grab exclusives. I want to see how the songs come out, but I leased a couple Cash Money AP beats, and then Tory Lanez came out on them shits. and I'm like,
I had one of
shit.
them situations too.
I had the ooh beat before Young and May.
New York Bangers.
Yeah, New York Bangers.
You probably had that Casanova Don't Run beat.
Nah,
too.
I ain't had a Don't Run.
Right.
I ain't had a Don't Run, but I did just have the Buck Road joint that Millie's, Leaf Ward, and them niggas just did. Me and my mans. It was 3 of us on the song. We had the same exact structure, and you know, taking my time with shit, and then they shit drop, and it's like, damn, you sitting on shit, and it's like, yo, it makes it tough for the artist now because people say, should I buy beats or should I pay for beats? And it's like, well, you could have paid for it, but somebody else still got it.
Yeah.
And now it start making you think about the process a little different. It's like,
it's a lot of ways you could. Me and Tone had a situation like that. We dropped the track, and then like next thing you know, we heard Mozzie go off our joint. But that's how trill we is though. We really bought the beat for real. Like we really own the beat. Like we just not suckers. You feel me?
whoever shit, it really boiled down to whoever shit is the hottest and whoever shit the
Man,
biggest is they beat.
He out of here.
That's how like, it go, bro.
We just kept it trill. Like, all right, we'll run into him and chop it up. Like, yo, bro, you know we like, you feel me?
I done seen it first. I done seen it firsthand. Niggas will resell a motherfucking beat to whoever is willing to buy it. And whoever shit do the best is they shit.
It's up for grabs.
It's up for grabs, man. So, hey, for everybody out there listening, man, just take that as a mental note and know whenever you touching any of these beats off the internet that isn't made exclusively in the studio for you, and you know you're the only one with it, somebody else might be on it. So make the best song you can make and push that shit the best you can, because whoever song doing the best is they beat. You feel me? So
that's how it be getting them beats off YouTube though, man. It's like Russian roulette, man. You might hear Meek Mill go. You like, Meek, why is you getting beats from this nigga on YouTube?
Yeah,
that's how it be though.
That's where they at. Because they got niggas in their camp too that just is on YouTube looking for beats for them, and then they fucking with what they fucking with. So you know how that go. But it's a lesson learned, man. Especially I feel like the internet has given us all access to way more knowledge. I feel like coming up, I had to learn everything the hard way. You had to spend the money. You had to fuck up. You had to go out and get bad mixes, you know, just imagining, like, I feel like I dropped my first mixtape when I was 14. And you didn't have access to the type of studio you're going to have access to now for $100 an hour or something like that. Like, even if you need to run in and go do something for 2 hours, $200, you wasn't getting into no spot in the early 2000s that had the level of equipment that a nigga has at their disposal now to get a certain level of sound. Like, it's just, the game is so different, but then if you don't know how to play the internet game, then you lose every time.
Every time. You just out here.
Just out here. It's way too much to siphon through. It's too many people putting shit out. So with that being a factor, how do you feel, you know, what's one of the things that you doing to make yourself stand out?
To be honest, marketing is everything for real. Like, that's what I had to learn. Like, I know I could rap, I got the talent or whatever, but if people don't know you exist, how they even going know to even press play or whatever? So the whole key really is to just put your music in the people faces who's searching for stuff like yours and let them pick whether they like it or not.
That's a fact. You know, they say most businesses fail because people don't know you in business. And as the artist, we got to remember that we are the business and we are the product. And we got to push ourselves. And, you know, for even me, like with a multimedia space, with a studio, whatever, for a long time, I didn't do what I was supposed to do as an artist. I got so caught up in my craft and getting good at rapping and getting good at making music, getting good at mixing, I neglected putting myself out there to be pushed appropriately. And that's why if you go to YouTube and you look me up, it's like, well, damn, bro, where the videos at? It's music galore in places if you know where to find it, but where the videos at? And it's because you learn it as you go. I feel like now you could pull out a cell phone and always have content.
Always.
That wasn't necessarily the case 8 years ago, 10 years ago, when, you know, niggas was outside being extremely active for the first time.
The access to all the equipment, the access to everything, the knowledge. It's kind of like we really spoiled, to be honest, compared to how it was when we first came
super
in.
Spoiled.
It's just now that the knowledge and the access to it is not sacred, so anybody could do it. It's like, not saying anybody could do it to like the level of, you know what I'm saying, one of us, but if a person got 24 hours in the internet, you could be whatever you want out here.
How you feel about sharing information?
I can't die with it. And then where I come from, it ain't no information. So if I don't go out here and sacrifice
and get it, yeah,
and bring it back to where I came from, then what am I doing it for?
It's like being the first Indian over the hill.
Like they call me the hope dealer. Like,
yeah,
that's what I do. Like, you want an ounce of hope, come holler at me. You feel me? You need some motivation, I could give you that. It's whatever, however you want it. You feel me? Like,
definitely facts. So, somebody got to do it.
Got to.
And in a lot of ways, I feel like, yeah, somebody got to take responsibility for being the person that come back from the hill with the arrows in their back and say, hey, nigga, they shooting niggas over there, don't go over there. Like, feel me? I did that already. We got to go this way. Like, and that's what we was talking about earlier, where it was, the reason I'm never scared to share information is because I'm not scared that nobody gonna out hustle me. People be scared to share information because they feel like if I give this nigga the sauce, he gonna take this information and go up more than me.
And to be honest, anything that come behind you supposed to be better than you. It's like, why would my little brother I ain't got no little brother. I do got a little brother, but he don't want to rap. But if I had a little brother who actually wanted to really rap, why would I withhold, even if it's a little dude from across the street with the dirty t-shirt, even if he wanted to rap, why am I going to withhold information from him knowing I'm not going to be young forever, I'm not going to be the hottest forever, I'm not going to be alive forever, so why won't I pass the knowledge on to somebody who could possibly outdo me?
So that lead me to two more questions that I like to ask regularly, because being in the standpoint of being, on the business side of the shit and being an artist, I realized that at one point in my life, my goal was to be the best rapper ever. I wanted to be the best rapper, right? And then I got to a point where I felt like I could walk in any room, anywhere, and niggas gonna respect my flow, they gonna respect my bars. And then once I got to that level, I got a little bit older and I realized that my goals for this shit changed. I really don't care about being the best rapper so much as I care about being an actual successful rapper. And being able to put my people in position, take care of my people, and probably usher in the next generation. So how do you feel about that?
It's the same way. Like, me, I'm in it to break the cycle. You feel me? Like, I come from a town where people got a lot of potential to do a lot of stuff. And then the ones who make it through the crevices, they either be gatekeepers, don't send the ladder down, or they in a situation where they just can't help. So I just feel like, man, if I can help with this little bit of shit I got going on, I don't know what the next person got going on, but I can't worry about them. I still got to make sure that just because everybody else being fake, I'm going to change who I am. Like, yeah, so definitely. The knowledge you can have, it don't cost me nothing to give you knowledge.
That's a fact.
Like, you feel me? If I can help you avoid obstacles and hurdles I went through and can make your job, save you 2-3 years and get you to the finish line faster, why not?
So at what age do you feel like an artist might need to start hanging up the mic a little bit and transfer over into management if they haven't already made it to some extent?
Your jumper ain't hitting no more. Ain't no age limit to when your jumper ain't hitting. You could be 19, get a deal, 23, jumper ain't hitting. Put somebody else on. You could be 44. If your jumper's still hitting, rap your age, carry it your age, make sure you still cool and a couple joints still wink their eye when you walk in your show and you Gucci, like, because it's all age is really a mentality. Like, if you think you washed up, you washed up. Like,
nah, that's definitely
just how it is.
I do feel like it's it used to be 30 was old, and then everybody started hitting 30 and realized hip hop is young.
Yeah, I remember they just said that, but then I realized, man, Jay-Z was like 27 when he dropped.
First started dropping,
you feel me? Like,
but do you feel, all right, for instance, say a nigga 40 just trying to get his break. Do you think that changes things? I think that changes things.
It do, but
if you was already litty before 40, you still going. But if you just try to pop out like 40.
Viral at 40, you never had a video. I don't know, it's possible because you could have did 20 in the can. Came home,
that's
I don't
different.
know.
He get
right
an exception
now, for real,
on
we in the internet era where anything's possible.
Anything possible,
yeah, because
right?
all my favorite rappers, they all older than me. They either 40 years old or 50. So it's like, man, and they out rapping, so it's not really. It's really on how you carry yourself for real.
Absolutely, I feel like everybody, but
Yeah, so,
everybody that's 30, the good lyricism is in that 30+ range.
Yeah, because I just said, like, man, it ain't really no age limit. It's all on you. If you feel like you could do it, go for it. Roll the dice. Do your homework. Strategize it. But don't think you could come in the game like a 21-year-old when you're 41.
That's a
Because
fact.
if you talking about drilling and killing, you're a clown. But if you talking about, yo, I used to do this back in the day, that was bad, stack your chips, whatever. If your narrative a little bit different, then you get the salute from me. You don't got to be the best.
Well said. Very well said. I think that's absolutely it, is acting your age, delivering your age, and what message are you pushing at a certain age. You know, like I said before we came in, nigga, I just came from coaching. Feel me? I feel like for me, I done came out here and tore up so much shit in my neighborhood. The only way that I could figure out how to rebuild my neighborhood is to start building with the young niggas early, or the young men, the young black boys early, so they could grow up and have a role model that actually been there and did it. A lot of times it was
back, though.
That's me trying to get back. I'm trying to make amends for a lot of this shit that I did.
Anytime you take time out your day to help anybody that you don't gain one beneficial perk from, bro, that's giving back, bro.
It's a fact. Last question, I'm gonna let you get up out of here. Talk you to death, but
nah, you good. Feel like home.
If you, I know, right? Niggas chilling, right? That's why I usually say that, because we could sit here for an hour, hour and a half. It'd be 2 hours, and you'd be like, damn, we still talking? But that's how I get. But if you had the option to, say, get any feature in the industry right now on the arm, which one would you want?
On the arm right now.
Yeah, they just gonna give you the feature on the arm.
Man, this gonna sound crazy to people, because they probably gonna say, man, you could get any feature in the world. Why would you pick this person? But this is just me, though. Me, if I could get any feature in the world, I want the first Max B feature when he come home. The first day. His first day out is with Semore Buckz. So yeah, most people say, you want to Drake? I'm from the trenches, bro. Like, it's a little bit different. Yeah, Drake gonna help me career-wise and all that, but for the trenches, bro, you get that Max B or AZ verse, to me, I'm made for life. You feel me? Like, I'm cool with that.
I used to feel like that to an extent, man. Kiss is always my favorite rapper. And I had an opportunity, like, when I first came home from my first little bit when I was, like, 21, and Big Mike hooked it up to where I got to do this when they first started doing the Who's Next competitions. And Kiss, I spit some shit. I ain't win the competition. To be honest, I've never won a competition in my life until I won the Bars on I-95 tournament. I've always went places and cooked and never won no competitions. I done went through team backpack and everything. Done went through 10,000 niggas and just don't win. I never won nothing. But when my favorite rapper re-quoted some of my lyrics from my song, in the moment, it was like, damn, you memorized 4 bars from my verse. That means you was really listening. And then a couple times after that, I was able to, like, pull up to the club anytime Mike was throwing something. He was there.
Nah, Kiss a real nigga, bro.
He was a cool ass nigga, bro. But it also put it in perspective for me early that, yo, your idol at that time is also a human. So if I could meet my nigga that I studied and wanted to be like at a young age, it made it to a point where I was never fanned out when I met people, because I realized early that, yo, your idols is just humans.
Nah, that's real. See, it's never no famous people where I'm from, so I might not even recognize them around famous people sometimes. Like, I done seen times he know I rock with Prodigy heavy. I done been in the club with Prodigy, standing right beside him for a whole hour and a half. But I'm from Cambridge, where there's no famous people. I'm not expecting Prodigy to be standing beside me. You feel me? It's just like, so like when I met Kiss and them, the same way you got how he quoted your bars back to you, that let me know, like, because I look up to Kiss and them, but the only reason why I ain't say his name, because I just feel like that's going to be an arms reach. I just got to turn up a little.
Definitely.
But like people like AZ and people like, they don't be giving niggas features for real. But when you hear somebody like Kiss quote your bar, I know what that did for you. That lets you know, like, man, it's like you won.
Yo, bro, you know what he said, though? This is the craziest thing. The nigga said, just don't kill nobody and stay home, and you gonna make it, bro. Just keep working. And, like, to hear that from my favorite rapper at that time, when I'm 21, nigga, how I was moving at 21, nigga, it was like, How you even know I'm on that? But it's like, yeah, nigga, just don't kill nobody and stay focused, stay home, and keep working, bro. You gonna make it. And anytime I be in my feelings about this shit, it's not going where I wanted to go and doing what I wanted to do. I remember that. Like, you know what? You met your favorite rapper when you was 21 and he already saw it in you.
What?
Keep
For
going.
real, though. Yo, yo. Kiss one of them ones, man. Like, he been nice our whole life.
Yeah,
He's still top
definitely.
tier. I did a show with Kiss like 2-3 days before the Versus, for real. So I met him a few times, but he never really heard me rap, for real. So when I got off stage, he was like, yo, keep killing these shits, yo. Light all these. You know, hearing that from Kiss, that was like, I mean, let me know, like, all right, shorty, you might got it for real, like.
Yeah, definitely. If I could get to choose one feature, you said Max B.
I wanted the first day.
You wanted the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want him when he done dropped 200 songs in 3 days, because you know how once he get home, he gonna flood. I want one of the.
I ain't never put it in perspective, man. I used to feel like I would have wanted a Jay-Z at a certain point in time, but at this point in time, I don't feel like it's a Drake or a
I
Jay-Z
used to
that
want
I
a
would
Jay-Z
want.
verse, but then I'm like, man,
I keep it a buck. I probably want a Tory Lanez, man, to be honest.
Tory Lane's fire though, but people don't be trying to give him credit like that.
But that's the thing,
He's
bro.
fire.
I just want to make fire shit. I want to make good music, and I feel like in that session, it'll be so much creativity flowing in that room and so much vibing going on that you leave the session better.
Yeah.
I feel like if we was in a room doing a session together, because how we want to spit and we want to go to a certain level, we leave the session better. So I want to work with people that's going to help continue to make me better.
Now, my favorite rapper, though, is like Kiss and Pusha T's and people like that. I just know that people like AZ don't be giving people features.
Yeah, I ain't heard of AZ.
It's like getting
feature.
a Lloyd Banks feature. I hit Lloyd Banks up for a feature. Man, I don't want your money. You gotta put the work in, you feel me? Like,
yeah, facts.
them the type of, or that's like probably like with a whole for real, like, you probably can't buy no.
Nah, you can't buy a whole feature. It's respect only.
Then he might rap for 6 minutes on your shit.
That's a fact.
And what you gonna do? You gonna add a third verse?
Nah, you gotta let it rock.
You adding a third verse?
Or Andre 3 Stacks. I'll take a 3 Stacks.
Yeah, I take a 3 Stacks. You adding a third verse, or you send your 3 Stacks verse first, and then he dump. Is you gonna add another one on there, or you just gonna let it rock?
You let it rock.